I would have liked to have spent this time discussing the nude bomb. But since the big Bond 24 announcement has eclipsed any interest of that from anyone's mind, if there was any in the first place, I'll talk about the Bond 24 cast walking across the stage and standing. So the name of Bond 24, Spectre. It's not like Skyfall, where we were all asking each other, what do we think it means? Every Bond fan knows what Spectre is, and casual moviegoers will get clued in on what the title means eventually. I guess we can surmise who the bad guys are going to be in this, unless they're going to pull a complete surprise on us. But let's assume no, and we're going to see the Craig version of that classic evil organization. I'm betting they don't use its acronym in the movie, though. It just seems a bit too hokey for the gritty world Bond is in nowadays. Unless Q or someone says it as a joke, like something he just made up, and Bond rolls his eyes at him. This poster image is pretty decent. I mean, there's not much to see, but the shape of the bullet hole is a nice subtle nod. Us fans will see Spectre's octopus logo in there. But to the general audience, that will probably go unnoticed, and they'll just think this movie will have people shooting guns in it. This does raise the question as to whatever happened to Quantum. Remember back when we thought Quantum was supposed to be the new Spectre? Well, I've heard that Mr. White is supposedly going to return in Spectre. I have no idea how true this is, or if it's just a rumor. I didn't see Jesper Christensen at this thing, or any mention made of him. But suppose he is in this. Then how is Quantum connected to Spectre? Are they the same organization? Is Quantum a sort of subdivision of Spectre, and is just one part of a huge network of bad guys Spectre leads? This could be interesting. It would be kind of neat to have Mr. White return, and make some kind of reference to Quantum, and have some solid continuity with all of Craig's previous films. All this time I figured they only chose to give the bad guys the name of Quantum was in a feeble attempt to make the title Quantum of Solace relevant. Yeah, it's an interesting title, but what does Quantum mean? Well, we'll call the bad guys that. So maybe they can actually do something with Quantum. At least more than that movie ever did. The marketing department probably hates this title. No place for them to incorporate the 007 logo in it. Damn it, this is the second time Mendes did this to us. Oh, we'll just have to stick it underneath the title again. They'll be shooting in Rome, London, Mexico City, and the Austrian Alps. That could be pretty cool. We haven't seen a Bond snow setting for a long time now. When I heard that was a locale, I immediately thought of Mark Forster and one of those earlier scripts for Quantum where the climax was to have taken place in the Alps. Forster missed that opportunity, though. Snow is not one of the 4 classical elements. I mean, the cast looks good. I really like Waltz, and it seems likely he'll be the big bad guy. He's played so many bad guys lately, I wouldn't say it was a surprise bit of casting. But he's really good at playing those parts. There's Moriarty from Sherlock. He's probably going to be a little sneak in this. Monica Bellucci still looks great. By the way, I like how Mendes says,
persuaded to join this cast are Bond ladies.
Bond ladies. We're getting that PC now? They're really going to try to remove the term Bond girls from the language? Well, unfortunately, Bond ladies is not going to stick. Bond girls has a much better ring to it. I'm sorry. At least I'm going to keep that term alive. I still think Mr. Hinks sounds a bit too much like Jinx. But since H comes before J alphabetically, Bautista's character already moves ahead of Halle Berry by default. Even if he's awful in this movie, he still wins. Not much point in speculating about what kind of roles everyone will be playing. I mean, we got their character names, but that's about it. But I think we can make an impulsive guess what kind of parts they will be playing if we really want to, and do some major theorizing. I kinda wish they could squeeze Felix in this somehow. No mention of any white cats in this cast. I wonder if they'd try to save that and surprise us with its appearance. That would have been funny if they just sent a white cat out on stage. One thing I thought was kind of odd was Michael G. Wilson was nowhere to be seen. He's usually all over this stuff. He loves making the cameos in the movies. I would have thought he would be front and center during all this. I wonder if he's sick or something. I mean, maybe he was there, but I just didn't see him. Everyone apparently talked with the press a bit and took some questions, but I didn't watch any of that yet. It's probably reporters asking dumbass questions like, "Are you gonna have more gadgets in this one?" And the cast saying that they're just excited to be working with each other, they like the script, and they just want to make a good movie. I doubt they'd say much more than that. I'm sorry, I just love how Mendes says at the end of this,
So that concludes the event.
"You mean no one else is gonna walk out and clap? Aw, man. If this is an event, then what do they call the movie premiere? A very big event?" Like, I'm excited for a Bond movie as much as anyone, but when you really look at this stuff, it is kinda silly. They could have just sent out a press release. Buzz, 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 hype, hype, hype. I mean, I've gone to the theater to see every Bond flick since Octopussy, whether they looked good or not. So, I'm not gonna stop now. I'm blindly loyal to the Bond films like that. I'm already sold to go see it, so it's wasted on me. I mean, it would be nice to go into Spectre completely fresh, but it's so hard nowadays. These big movies today try to build up so much buzz, and there's so much fan gossip around them, it's almost unavoidable to read or see something that maybe you'd be better off not knowing. All these movies are competing with each other to get the most tweets for the day, and everyone just laps it up. It's like no one wants to be surprised anymore, and they want the whole movie laid out for them before it's even done filming. And I'm just as guilty as anyone. Yep, I'll read little news blurbs and stuff about this. Maybe this time I'll just try to avoid seeing anything else about Spectre until the first trailer. So I think that's all I got on this. Getting back to the nude bomb, I can't believe they didn't have 99 in this. Barbara Feldon probably would have done it. Even if the movie was still bad, at least we might have gotten a few amusing scenes between her and Max. What a blunder they made with that decision.